Welcome everyone to Overcome Podcast. This is episode 54 and a very special one because is joining all the way from Germany this rising star from Judo, Alina Boehm. Alina, thank you very much for joining.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be on your podcast. I'm really excited but also nervous because it's not my mother tongue, so I'm a bit nervous though.
It's gonna be fine. Alina, although you are very young, you have an amazing track record in judo. Very impressive. European Cadet Champion in 2015, silver medal at the World Cadet Championships in 2015, recently European Champion in Sofia, and also silver medal at the Tel Aviv Grand Slam. I mean, it's outstanding. When did you start training judo, and what really drove you to start training judo?
I started judo in 2008, but I was already really interested into fighting. I asked my dad if I can join judo because he did judo when he was younger too, and he said no. I think yeah, you are not tough enough. And I was like, okay. So there was once the opportunity to join a holiday program in my little village. And I said like, oh, I will try judo. He said like, yeah, of course you can try. So I came there and I had a couple judo lessons. And after that, the coach came to my parents and said like, I need this girl in my competition class. So
Wow.
I give her a judo gi and a white belt, and please bring her next Friday to training. And I was, of course, super excited because, yeah, I love the training there, and I love the judo spirit.
Mhm.
And yeah, I was so excited, and I asked my mom, please, please bring me. And then my dad was also happy, and my mom as well. So they brought me directly to training, and that's how the journey started.
Yeah, I saw this week that you posted a video of little you playing judo, so it was pretty cool.
Yes,
uh,
really started in category 33.
wow. What was the most difficult part of this judo career so far? What are some of the hardest moments, in your opinion?
I think the hardest moments for me are the injuries because in the final of the World Championship, I ripped my ACL, my left.
Wow.
That was pretty hard because I never had a major injury. I was really, yeah, I didn't know what to do because that meant for me half year no judo at all, then slowly getting back on the mat, and it was a difficult time. I became 18 in this year, and I wrote also my exam, so that was a really difficult part because I didn't have the feeling that I belong to the judo world anymore.
Mm,
Because if you're out, you're
yeah.
out. And then watching others going to tournaments and winning big medals, that hurt.
Yes.
And yeah, so that was I think the worst part. But
How long? How
even
long were
worse
you
was
out? You were out the entire year to recover.
think after 10 months I did my first competition, but a really small one.
Hmm.
But that was a really long time. 10 months is a long time.
Yep.
But I came back and did a couple of competitions, and everything went well. And then I ripped 2 weeks before the Europeans juniors my other LCL.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so my junior time was with a lot of pain.
You think that this happened because it was the beginning and you were still finding your game, adjusting, because it feels like right now you are pretty healthy, right? You're not having a lot of issues.
No, I have no problems with my knees at all anymore, and I'm super happy about that. But I ripped my other ACL, so the right side. So it was not a problem of the rehab of the other one. It was more like also the other knee was not perfect. Um, yeah, it was just really unlucky, I would say, because it was a moment in a fight, and I couldn't control it anymore. So it happened. I don't think it was anybody's fault.
Hmm.
It was more like it's part of the
Yeah,
game.
it's part of the game, that's for sure. And I've seen some really great videos that you post about conditioning training, cardio training, very cool stuff. So how important for you is the this physical activity besides everything else that you do for judo is to strengthen your body and prevent injury.
Yeah, that's really important. I think judo is so complex. Like, you need condition, you need strength, you need technique, you need tactic, you need so much. So it's so important that you train many different kind of stuff. So, and to be honest, circuit training, like what I also post the most, I like really much. I like this kind of training. I like to go to my limit. I'm actually really good at that, and yeah, enjoy this kind of training. And I'm also happy this is part of judo.
When you do those type of training, do you do every day or do you do like 3 times a week? How do you manage that?
That's different. That depends if their tournaments are coming up. So in a week before a tournament, I have just speed training, like really short intervals. I don't know if it
Yep,
goes
yep,
like this.
yep.
Really short, and like 5, 6 seconds, and then 55 seconds break. I like this kind of training really
Wow.
much. But it gives also a lot of muscle ache. So um, I really like it, but that is just the pre-competition training. If I do normal circuit training or strength training, then of course the interval get longer and the breaks are getting shorter. So it just depends in which time of the progress I
Yeah,
am.
so depends
And
on the
the
season.
coach are checking that for me,
Yeah.
so I don't need to do that.
And right now you are in rehab. What happened?
Yeah, at the Grand Slam in Mongolia, I was fighting for bronze. And yeah, I don't know what happened because I didn't notice it, but I was in the fight and I noticed just that my right arm was not really working. My right arm is really important for my hip, and I didn't achieve contact with the with my opponent. And I was already so curious why that doesn't work out. And I managed to win with free shidos because I couldn't throw. And I went out and I said to my coach, something is wrong with my arm. And he said, like, really? And then, yeah, it became stiff and I couldn't move it anymore and became sore. And I was like, oh, something happened there. So I ripped my inner ligament a bit, but not totally. So I don't need any operation. So I'm relieved about that, but it still takes 5 till 6
So that's
weeks.
why you're doing physical therapy right now.
Yes, I have a lot of physio and a lot of rehab training, like really soft exercises with my arm. It's kind of boring because I love to do training so much. But yeah, it's also part of this
Yes,
life.
it is. And as you said, it happens like you don't even know in which moment of the fight it happens. You just start feeling, right? It's very odd too because it's not like you did a movement that you don't do very often. You were just doing what you usually do.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, when it comes to randori, uchikomi, weightlifting, cardio, if you think on all those trainings that you have to do a lot. Which one you think is the priority number one for you to improve your judo?
So this is a question, what is the priority to improvement? You do not what I have the most fun at.
Yes.
It's definitely Randori. Like Randori is there and then really, really later something else is coming because I love to fight. Um, I think for me the most important is technical training, um, because I need to find more solutions to come through with my strong hip. And yeah, I always notice if I train a lot of technical training, I improve much more in Randori. But as I said, I think it's always important in which time I am right now. I think it's not a smart idea to learn a new throw if you are just before a competition.
Yeah.
So if I have time and there's right now a little break, then it's really important for me to do technical training. But in front of short before a competition, I need randori, I need speed training, and so I really can't say what is
Yeah,
the
it's a
most important.
combination of everything for sure.
Yeah.
When you do randori, is like an hour, 2 hours. How you when is the timeline usually per day?
1.5 till 2 hours. But of course, there's also warming up and getting ready part in it. So
So
yeah,
there's
one and a half.
so in this interval there is a lot of uchikomi too, right?
Yeah, to get at the beginning to warm up every part of your body that you don't get injury. And also, of course, a bit speed training before we get started. Yeah.
And talking about don't get injury, how do you manage, which is another very important part for an athlete, the recovery? Do you have any special programs, anything that you do for recovery?
Yes, I just can't agree. Recovery is so important, and I also need sometimes a bit longer than others because my judo is really needs much power. So my recovery is sometimes a bit longer in comparison to my training partner. Um, but yeah, I do a lot of reboots. I don't know if you know this thing. That is something which pumps the legs up and makes relax them. It's like of I don't know how it calls, but the brand is Reboots. I really like to use that. I also like to go into sauna.
Oh,
Yeah, also after really hard trainings camp, I love to do wellness. And yeah, the nutrition is also really important in the
yes.
part of recovery. So
And sleep, a lot of sleep too.
and sleep. Yeah, I love sleeping and I need sleep. I sleep so much.
Do you do any cryotherapy? Do you want any cold shower or anything related to that?
Yeah, sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of it because I don't like cold.
Yeah.
But on training camp, I'm sometimes from a coach forced to, so I also do sometimes cryotherapy, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
But it helps, but it's just not that nice.
Yeah, it's not. You prefer sauna. Yeah, I prefer the hot weather too. I live in Texas, so I love the heat here in Texas.
I get it.
Have you ever had any? You talked recently about the both knees injury, and after you fix both knees, probably those were the biggest challenge for you, right? Since then, you've been pretty healthy, and just now with the with your right arm, correct?
I had also other elbow injury on the other side 1 year ago. So yeah, I always say like if I get injured, then big time. Not like I don't have little things, but if I injured, then big time. But yeah, I just follow the rehab, do what the doctors, what the physios say, and I count on them, and they never let me down. So I always manage to come
Come
back,
back,
and most of the time
come
even stronger.
exactly, come back stronger because you've been making a lot of progress. I mean, this year I was watching your interview after you won the championship, the European Championship. You were very emotional on that interview, and it was one interesting thing that you said on the interview is that she asked, "What was your expectation?" You said, "I didn't really have an expectation coming up. I just want to do my best, right?" So it feels like you were not creating and putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You just went there to do your best, and that's it. Is that always the mindset that you have when you go to a competition?
Yeah, the main point is that like I moved to 78 on short terms. Like I'm not long in this category. That's why I also didn't have that big expectation because I haven't fought a lot of my opponents. They don't know me, I don't know them. So most of the time it's like the first match we ever do. And so I didn't have big expectations. But yeah, I try to calm myself down, enjoy the competition, enjoy the moment of being there. I love the adrenaline. I like this feeling in my body. So, yeah, I just go there and try to enjoy, and then I hope the best will come out.
So that's a very important point, right? Because you said you like the adrenaline, you like that feeling. So even if you do get nervous, you know how to manage, right? Because I imagine that going to a final, for example, you get a little bit nervous, correct?
Yeah, if I wouldn't get nervous, I would be nervous because, like, this feeling is part of the judo game, and I'm a bit addicted to this feeling. That sounds weird because really many say like I'm too nervous, I can't fight, but I love this feeling. If I don't have this feeling, I'm also not that excited to fight. So I really enjoy this part of judo, and maybe I also brought my mindset to that, because when I was younger, I remember I was sometimes really, really nervous when it was also not a nice feeling. But after all these years, I developed a kind of joy
Hmm.
with this feeling, and
So
yeah,
that's a great
I
point. That's a great point because you just mentioned that in the beginning that feeling was not so good because you felt nervous and you know it was not really good. So for people that are listening to this and they have this problem of getting too nervous, because I've seen people completely forgot what to do because they were so nervous, right? Uh, you progress to a point that now you are looking forward for that feeling. You are, as you said, you are addicted to that feeling. What changed over time and how it transformed in this feeling? Was just competing more and doing more?
mm, that is definitely true. With more competitions, you get more into the rhythm. But I also worked a lot with a mental coach, which had conversations about that, and we developed some strategies how to cover, how to cope with these feelings. And I think this also helped me a lot. And I always try to remember myself, if I go out on the tatami and they gonna say Hashime, then then I do things I'm pretty good at. So I should be excited for this word to happen, and then also all the nervousness falls away. Like if the fight starts, then everything is away, and you can just go for it. And yeah, you need to remember that that is also just part of the competition, and this feeling makes you even stronger later.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have this feeling, I don't think I could win anymore. Because then with no nervosity, it's like also difficult, I think.
Yeah, because you are so looking forward to that feeling of winning. And again, I've seen many of your fights, and every time that you win, you celebrate a lot, which is
Uh,
pretty cool.
I'm so emotional. I can't hide it. It's just like all my face expressions are exploding.
Yeah,
And it's not-
I noticed that too. It's funny because there's a lot of judo players that they try to stay very composure when even when they win, but you like explode. You like I don't care. I just want to celebrate.
yeah, that's so me. Like I really can't hide it. Even if I would try, I think I would. I wouldn't make it.
And so I believe that the next step for you is getting enough points to the Olympics.
Yes, like the qualification tournament started. I'm sorry, there's an ambulance.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, the first qualification tournament, I got already 500 points, and that makes me already really happy because it's like a base I can build on. And I was pretty upset that I couldn't fight Budapest and Zagreb, but the next stop is the World Championship, and yeah, I'm gonna go all in.
And so you are aiming to go to Paris, I believe, right, for the Olympics in Paris.
It's my big goal, my big dream.
Yes. No, I mean, if you continue to do what you're doing, I'm pretty sure you're gonna make it. Do you have anyone in the main team that you look after that inspires you to always go forward? Any athlete, in specifically from the German team?
Of course, in my category, there's Anna Maria Wagner. She became world champion last year and also won the bronze medal. That's incredible. She have done incredible, and I really admire that work. And but to be honest, it's also my own category now. And also, as I work with my mental coach, I need to try to focus on myself, focus on my goals and how I develop. So I think at this moment in the qualification round, it's really important that you stay with yourself, that you focus on yourself and not really what everybody else is doing.
Correct.
Also, not the opponents from other countries. It's more like it's all about your own development and about your own results in your own way to that games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's interesting that you are been working with this mindset type of coach for a long time. You believe that you've been improving a lot by really building this mental strength.
Definitely. We work with a lot of pictures. I have a really huge imagination. So I work with pictures when I also went to the mat. I imagine myself being a boar, like a wild pig. I don't know. And this is the picture, like also my spiritual animal. And yeah, I really think I go with a really good mindset because of her. Like her name is Gunda, and yeah, I need to think that I'm a wild pig and I can destroy everybody. So this is like the main mindset I have, and on this I build. And I also work a lot mentally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. And as you said, you've been overcoming a lot of obstacles throughout the journey, mainly because you've been also working on this mental strength, which I think is very unique because a lot of athletes sometimes they have the abilities, they have the physical abilities, but they have not so strong mindset. What you're doing, I think it helps you a lot and it shows.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Uh,
It's also a big part. If you don't have the mental mindset, you shouldn't go for a competition.
Yeah, definitely. How many competitions between now and the end of the qualification you planning to do? Do you have already
I
planned everything?
No. My coach also don't want me to look that far in the future. We focus step by step, and also need to check how I'm developing, how my body is feeling, and if I think the main thing is quality, not quantity. I think it's not a good idea to go on every qualification tournament just to collect as many points as possible. I think it's important to prioritize some competitions, and then if I go there, then I want to deliver. So I think we should watch it step by step. Also, how my elbow is going and how I'm feeling, and I think that will be all a bit more spontaneously.
But do you have to have a certain amount of points in order to qualify?
Sorry?
Do you have to have a specific number of points for you to qualify for the Olympics?
I don't want to talk bullshit now, but I don't know. I think you need to be top 16 or 20. I don't know actually
Exactly,
know.
right. But you have to be on that top of the list for you to get the
Yeah.
qualification, right?
Right now I'm world ranking number 8, I think. And I check it quite often because it's also exciting. But yeah, with that ranking, I could make it, but it's now still a long road. It's almost 2 years, and yeah, we will see at the end. But I hope to stay in the top 10.
Yes, awesome. If you, when you look back, how you started, very exciting start of your career and everything. If you could give an advice for yourself when you started, what would you do differently?
I would tell myself, be patient, be patient. Everything will come. Everything what's meant to be will work out. And I would give myself a lot of patience in my injuries times. And I also tell my little me that she should listen a bit more to her body, because sometimes I just want to go with the head through the wall, and that is not always the right way. Sometimes you need to listen a bit more, yeah, more to your body, and communicate better with your coaches, and then maybe, I don't know, but then you can prevent some huge injuries, I think.
That's amazing advice, Alina, because and it's interesting that at such a young age you already identify that you know you cannot do things if your body is not ready to. So you have, as you said, you have to listen to your body. Sometimes when we are too young, we are full of energy and we just want to do it no matter what, right?
True. Yeah, and definitely, if I'm doing judo, I go all in. And my coach also sometimes say, like, Alina can't fight with 60%. She always goes 100. It doesn't matter if it's randuro, if it's competition. This girl goes always 100% in. And sometimes it's also a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
It's also a bit dangerous. But yeah, that I would tell my little me, I think.
Because you, as you said, if you go 100% in every single randori, the chances for you to get injury are way higher.
True. That's the thing.
Have you ever got any injury during randori, or most of was in competition?
No, actually, the second ACL happened also in a training fight, but it was more like a training competition. So it was also more the competition feeling, and the other one, my arm happened during a international trainings camp in the Netherlands. So yeah, but yeah, of course, it all happened in Randori.
Yeah, international training camps is pretty tough, right? Because you have athletes all over the world, and they are trying to go as near as possible to that competition feeling, correct?
True, but sometimes like there are also moments you need to stop if there's a wall or something. But yeah, part of the game it can happen, and I'm not mad on anybody. So
No, absolutely. No, I don't think that there is any malicious intention or anything. It's just as you said, it
true,
happens, you know.
it can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Alina, this was such an amazing conversation. You did so well. I don't know why you were nervous because you are very natural. Uh, and we need more interviews like this from you to share your story. Very inspiring story. Congratulations for all your achievements. I'm really looking forward to see you on the Olympics. I think it's gonna happen as you continue to progress.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I was still nervous because of the English, but it was better than I expected.
Oh yeah, as I said, natural. You did amazing. Good luck on your recovery. Keep
Thank
posting updates. You have a lot of followers on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure people appreciate those videos, and mainly those conditional videos. Those are, I think, are the best ones. People love those ones.
True. But first, I go on holiday. I think I'd do a little Instagram break because I need the free mindset. And but if I come back, I keep you guys posted.
Oh, you're gonna go on a holiday, so you're gonna be out for some time. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I just 2 weeks. I really need that because also with the injury and all the stress was now with the competitions, I'm happy to have some free time.
Absolutely, well deserved. And then you're gonna come back refreshed and really thirsty for more. It'll be nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Alina. Have
That's
a great Friday. Thank you very much for this. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you. It was an honor to be here.
Thank you. All right, everyone. This is a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. We have much more to go.